Look at.
All right, let's call it to order. So let's start with the pledge, as per the usual. I have
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so. Let's jump right into it. Where's my agenda? Agenda's not that difficult tonight.
No.
Check, number one. So I thought what we do first is quick updates. Langdon subcommittee doesn't have anything, Ryan, Kevin sent around the most recent draft, which I think is the one
No,
that's.
I made one change today. I had a typo that was pointed out, so I made that one change, or deleted a word. Maybe it was an in.
Yeah, there you go.
So I didn't change the meaning.
Oh, that's it, gotta throw the whole.
I was just gonna say. All
Um,
right.
Other than that, the draft has not been updated since August 12th, when we had our kind of community meeting about it. Your copy today, some people asked us if we had if any questions came out of that were germane to tonight's discussion, and we really didn't feel like there were any. There were mostly questions about clarifications.
Where'd you get the questions? What questions?
Someone asked me if there were any, what'd you ask me?
I asked, I was just trying to understand what type of input, maybe their feedback they got from the town of Langdon.
Oh, and we had our
Correct, your town.
PSA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was mostly clarification. It actually it was good. That was a good thing to do.
She was wondering if we got a sense if it was yes for withdrawal or not.
Oh, not at all. It actually made that worse.
Right.
So it really did. I thought we would, and we did not. So.
So it was very mixed, you mean, or what do you
No,
mean it made it worse?
it's more
Kind of mixed, kind of big.
question, informational more than anything.
Yeah.
There were no pitchforks, if you will.
No, I was surprised about that. But it was good. It was a good thing. Anything else, Kevin? Diane?
No,
All right, how about any updates from Walpole subcommittee? Carolyn sent around, you sent that yesterday, right? The
Yes,
Walpole one. Everybody get that?
the most recent. We don't really have an update outside of taking in people's requests or ideas around the report and making adjustments based on that, adding some information that was gathered, and
Sure.
we had a couple different
Right there.
attempts at meetings. They didn't necessarily work out the way we had planned. We didn't have quite enough people at one, and then the next one I wasn't able to be there because of the tragedy last week. So I things didn't quite go as planned, but we got things out, and we have our draft with the better part of the numbers. There's still some that we will look at and try to fine tune them to be a little more certain on them.
Is the district aware of the numbers that you're missing? Like, for example, could Lori Schmidt help?
Well, it has to do with the platforms, the computer platforms to buy into if we were to go it alone on it as
Oh,
a
I see.
district, those larger numbers. And what I put into the report is a number of ballpark 300,000, but it's getting those exact
So you'd have to go to
list.
those companies, find out what they're charging today.
Well, and I did look at that. They really want you to go in the deep dive, like, name, phone number, email, where you're from, how many, a lot of details versus giving ranges. So what I did instead, you'll see in the report, is I looked up as far as IT support appropriate to schools and looked through what was available and what came through. And I did get an estimate of per person on using in need of security, using the internet, using a device within the school district. And that number is between $200 and $250 per person per month is the cost. So that's the cost that I put in there for if we were to contract for IT services. When I read up on it, it was the overall number. It wasn't necessarily contracted for. but it was the cost for a school with school security, firewall, all of those pieces. And with a number like that, you can see, you know, they're thinking about part of that, because that's per month, per person. So that number is in the report.
Thank you.
Anything else from that Walpole subcommittee members?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the reason we scheduled this meeting, was to do our vote. So, and just so I'm clear, I think I am, but we're gonna vote whether we move it forward. You know, the withdrawal is reasonable, feasible, and suitable for Langdon, and same for Walpole. And then we'll have a subsequent meeting to vote on the final, you know, whatever gets proposed to the state. Is that what everybody else recalls?
So, you know, when it happened in Conval, what they did was they voted tonight whether to recommend or not recommend.
Mhm.
And then they had a subsequent meeting where the majority report and the minority report both came together and shared those reports. But then each individual group, majority or minority, voted to accept their own report. So they could,
At a subsequent meeting or?
at a subsequent
Yeah,
meeting.
I think that's what we had decided to do. We don't know which is which at the moment. We don't know which is which at the moment.
No, but we need, that's right, but there may be a minority report or majority report, so that would
Yeah.
need to be shared. And any adjustments made, other reports to reflect that.
So we'll have our vote to recommend or not recommend. When do we have to have those reports to the state? And
First.
that was, it is the first, that's what I thought. So
We have to notify the school board as well, but the report has to go to the Board of Education.
you're on the air.
By November,
I mean, yeah, November 1st.
Okay. So however we vote tonight, we'll schedule a follow-up meeting to go through those reports and then any minority or minority reports essentially.
But it was, on here it says that the last day to present to the state DOE is the 11th of October. But did I just lose my mind when I put that in there?
No, I think that's when we had to have our recommend or not recommend.
Oh, recommend or not?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's not the actual report, I'm sorry.
No, then
I'm
we
sorry.
gotta, then they gotta
Yeah.
get us on their docket to
Right.
go down and do
Yeah,
our docket.
I remember that. Dog and pony show.
If we do, we don't have to.
Yeah, we don't have,
If there is no minority or.
Yeah.
Or if it's not to recommend and there is no minority report that's supposed to recommend, we would not have to go to Concord to do anything.
okay.
I will, you may already know this, but tonight's vote should be a roll call vote.
Well, I was gonna ask how people want to do it, and I was thinking roll call is probably the way.
It
to
has
do
to be a
it.
roll call because each individual vote has to be
That's fine,
recorded.
that's fine. All right, anything else before we get into it? We'll start with Langdon, that's the smaller of the two. I don't know, do we need a motion to do it, or just, I mean, this is what we're here for,
You need a
so.
motion?
We need
What's
a
it?
motion.
You need a motion?
Do you think so?
Yes, you
Yeah.
do.
Well, we can make them, go ahead, somebody throw it out there.
Make a motion to recommend
Recommend that withdrawal of the town of Langdon from the Fall Mountain Regional School District is reasonable, suitable, and feasible.
it's recommended, correct?
Recommend, sure. You got that?
I did not get that. If anybody wants to take minutes too, you're welcome to, but I did not get those exact wording.
Yeah.
We do need the exact wording of the.
You're doing. yeah.
Mr. Lawyer, go.
So Kevin made a motion.
Kevin and Nate worked together as a team.
Make
Okay,
a motion that, to recommend that it is, what was it, suitable, feasible, and reasonable for the town of Langdon to withdraw from the Fall Mountain Regional School District. Just copy and paste that and change Langdon to Walpole, the next one.
Shoot, I mean.
You're giving away all the trade secrets.
Yeah.
right? Okay, and then I was working on the names. We had Karen, we had.
We gotta get a second first. Anybody want to second that? Nancy seconded it. All right, let's do a roll call vote.
Can I just ask a question first, just to?
Oh, yeah,
clarify?
discussion, sorry, discussion.
So when I'm looking at voting on this, am I looking at
Should talk about it.
for the, I mean, I guess my dilemma is that if I look at, if I only look at for the town of Langdon and I just look at Langdon by itself, I think one way, and then, but then if I think suitable, reasonable and feasible for the entire, for them to withdraw from the district and how that affects the rest of the district, then I have a different thought. So when I'm thinking suitable, am I thinking suitable for one or for all, for the all?
Just for like,
But that's your opinion.
But for the fall, for the district as a whole suitable, or just for Langdon suitable?
When you read the feedback that Kevin got from legal, it didn't specify whether it was specific to Langdon's students' education, for example, or the taxpayers of Charlestown, Walpole, Langdon, Aberth as a whole. It came back as your opinion of what is feasible and suitable and what that means to you.
Okay.
That's my understanding from reading the email from legal.
Because I really, I, one way or the other, it makes a big difference.
Because we're all at the table for different reasons. Select board, school board, all the different towns, and we're all here to represent who we represent.
Mhm. Right, because like you're from the Ackworth Select Board and I'm on the school board. It's our representation of our towns is kind of murky, but because we're voted at large, but we're from a specific, I'm representing Ackworth. So I feel as if I'm kind of representing Ackworth, so it makes a difference to me in terms of my
Absolutely.
vote. So I just wanted to throw that out there, so if anybody else was,
No, that's been an ongoing discussion point.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to look at it from just the town or how it impacts? Which we have with Langdon and Walpole, both ends of that barbell,
yeah.
what's gonna happen to the district.
Right.
So, but no, it's up to you.
Yeah, okay. All right,
Any other view?
I've also been struggling with, as a school board member, I'm gonna be asked in February, I believe. When this becomes I believe that's what's gonna happen, when it becomes a warrant article. Whether I recommend again, so I'm voting twice to recommend. I'm voting tonight to recommend on both, just so it goes to the voters. But when it comes to that warrant article, I'm gonna probably vote no to recommend, because I don't believe it's a good idea. So it's very.
That's
It's a,
That's
it's
one
a-
way to look at it.
well,
for sure.
for me, it's the same words, and I feel like I should have the same answer for both words. But I don't have the same answer for both words because
Makes
I
sense.
am
No.
recommending that it go to voters to vote on it. I don't think it's a good idea. So I will be voting no when that time comes, but.
well, that didn't clear my mind at all. Thank you ever so much.
No, I think that's exactly right. And I'm using, I don't know that I'll come down that same exact way, but, I have that same exact analysis. I don't know that, I don't remember, we have 9 of us here on this board should be able to just kill it.
There's 10.
10 of us should be able to just kill it. So,
I understand it's not an easy decision. This was a very well thought out report. There's a lot of really good information in it. I've read it, 5 times in the last week and a half. I was on this committee, but it's not an easy decision.
it's not.
I recognize that, and
Fair.
you have to look at it from many facets.
And why the legislation is this way, I think is very strange. But
Well, I think that's a good indicator. The way this is, the way it goes is, how you have the supermajority versus the town versus the district. Kind of goes to what you were saying, Sarah, which is that everybody should be looking at the impact on the district, not just the town.
Mhm.
Otherwise, the district wouldn't get a say, just the town would, I think. But when you read the statute as a whole there, that's what they're driving it towards.
I'm talking more
And
in
we've
terms
been-
of, I'm talking more in terms of this process where we vote on this to recommend or not.
Oh,
recommend.
yeah,
And then-
okay,
And then, that can always be overridden by the DOE anyway, so why don't we just send them a report and go and defend it and then see what they say. So that's kind of, that's where I am in terms of the DOE and that this whole legislation around this process is that they've obviously for a reason given us the power to say no. About, or yes, to recommend or not. But, I don't,
but it's going on the warrant one way or another, I tell you now, you mentioned last time,
No,
not necessarily,
oh,
no,
you only go to the art.
No, if we kill it here, it doesn't go on.
yeah, unless
Unless-
someone brings forth a minority report,
right,
Yeah.
yes, so,
unless.
right, yeah, so we can, yeah, so.
And only if the Board of Education approves it.
Yes,
Right,
both in both cases,
in both cases.
In both,
Right.
right,
Yes.
yes, yeah,
which
The
is,
board, the
again,
Board of Education has to approve it either way.
Yes.
Even if the majority of the board
Back
has
to the voters.
what?
yeah. So any other discussion on that?
Yeah, I'm looking at it through a couple of lenses. One is, of course, it's feasible for Langdon to withdraw, right? Is it suitable for the district is how I look at it. You know, to me, the cooperative came together for a reason, to serve these small rural towns by pooling resources that one town alone is not necessarily going to have to be able to put forth the best education for the children. And to me, that's the bottom line, is are we doing a service to the children at the end of the day? I'm a firm believer, you can accomplish more through collaboration and working together and everyone coming to the table with an open mind and listening to different ideas versus compartmentalizing or, you know, turning it back into a silo. But I'm also kind of with what Kevin said is the voters asked us to do this, but we have done it. And now I think it should go back to the voters. Let the voters have a say in the process, you know, continue with the process. But, you know, and then, you know, the chips will fall where they may, based on what the voters, once they had the information, I thought the Langdon report was very thorough, lots of great information, good detail for the voters to make a good decision. So that's sort of what an asset is. It's but there's steps in the process for a reason. The Board of Education has to say, yeah, this answers all the questions, your plan is sound, go forward. Or no, I think Charlestown had to do a third revision, right? And had to do a revision. It was the majority report.
There was a small revision in the majority report,
Yeah.
wasn't there? Alyssa?
Yes,
Went back and presented it twice.
Right,
And there was a minority report presented.
Right. I saw that. So then the board could come back with that, you know, in these two reports.
they had some questions that they wanted answered.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Anybody else? Nancy?
No,
Okay,
I'm fine. I just did get glasses.
nothing else, all right, let's do the vote then. So motions to recommend it, I'll go first, I'll vote yes to recommend it. Let's just go around the table. Sarah? Well, I started in the middle of this like.
You
this-
totally did, and that doesn't follow my list here.
Well, you
so
just started the
that's
top
why.
then. We're gonna go with Carolyn's list. I'll vote yes. You go ahead.
And now start over, Chaz,
Yes.
me, yes,
I can't see it.
Sarah, just keep going. I just went out, now we're going around, it's not a puzzle.
Enough to do by, not really shut it down.
No, I
Okay.
did not.
Going to vote no.
Aaron, yes.
Kevin, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Joey, yes.
No,
All right. That one carries. 8-2.
Thank you.
Next, the Walpole one.
make the same motion we made for Langdon, but put the, insert the word Walpole.
Red line and then start Walpole.
And then cut pasted it, so.
Anybody else accurate? That's all for that.
Okay. Any discussion?
Wait a second.
Oh, second it, we need a second. At least I can do.
All right,
Discussion on Walpole's? Discussion we had for like, it's
Same
fairly
discussion,
generic.
I mean, it's
Same
feasible,
discussion.
they
Everyone's
can
like
do it.
leading the way, hashing things out.
I think the report is different than the one we saw with Langdon, it's, I feel like there's possibly more information that could be provided for the voters to make a conflict decision. But again, going forth with the process and supporting Walpole's intent to withdraw and putting it back in the hands of the Board of Education and the voters. See what happens.
Yeah, I would just like to add that while the Walpole one to me seems thin compared to Langdon. I'm gonna let the DOE decide if it's too thin or not.
It may not be done yet,
It
right?
may not be done yet.
So
But I'm
finalize
let
the
them
vote.
make that decision. They're the experts.
I wouldn't give them that much.
Well, they're the ones with the authority,
Some of the,
not always
things
the
that have
same
come out of
thing.
legislation this year.
Well, I mean, that's a whole different set of people. But that's my opinion, that I think that even though seems to me to be a little light, I'd let the DOE make that decision, not me.
Anything else?
I just think the same is true for the Langdon report, the DOE may tear it apart, so
Yeah.
you just never know.
Yeah, maybe you give them too much details, now they can really
Well,
stick their teeth
Exactly
into
right.
it.
Gonna say, sometimes
Yeah, I'm not a.
that's an issue.
I'm gonna tell you.
We're gonna look at it, don't worry. Anything else? No, all right, let's do it. I'll go first again. I'll vote yes.
Just to mess up your list.
that's right, now we'll go to Chaz.
To lead, no, yes.
You can't win.
Nate, as part of the discussion, do we want to open it up to the public?
I was looking over there to see if anybody raised their hands and I know everybody out there, and if they wanted to say something, they would have. So, do you guys have anything to add?
Think you're making the right choice to let the voters decide.
Well, we're not done yet.
Yes,
Well,
that's my only comment.
I vote yes. Sarah?
I vote no.
Karen, yes.
Kevin, yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
7-3, that one carries. All right, well. Okay, so then the next step is gonna be, to get another meeting scheduled to get the reports finalized, and then for people who voted no on those, if you wanna do a minority report, to get that together. So I guess the question would be, do we want it from the Langdon side, do we wanna have a subcommittee meeting on that? Just to finalize that or not? I mean, it's in pretty good shape,
I
but
think it looks beautiful.
But I think at this point, it should be the majority committee, the majority who voted for Langdon should come together to review that report, not Langdon subcommittee anymore. The same thing for the Walpole
get rid of
report,
the subcommittee.
it should be the
Yeah.
majority who voted, because it is the majority report now, it's no longer the subcommittee. Report. It's the majority report, is the party's report.
Procedurally, I think you're correct.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Procedurally, I think you're correct.
yeah.
right, what I was saying though is just to finalize it before the next,
Yeah.
not to vote on it.
Well, I think,
No,
Not
but
finalize.
we're not voting, I think the committee needs, I think the majority who voted for it should review it together in the same
Yeah, we
room.
can do that.
Just to then say, yes, we were all in agreement on this change.
So whoever voted yes for Langdon, we should set up a subsequent meeting and then have a full committee meeting, or?
Yes, and then so that at that same time, the minority should be able to set up some time to decide if they want to have a minority report. And who's gonna write that minority?
So then we need to schedule. well, we can do a Langdon majority, a Walpole majority. When do we wanna do it? Soon, right?
So,
Like,
we
we wanna
have,
stay within the week?
yes, we have a school board meeting on the 14th, and a school board meeting on the 27th.
Well, why don't
So
we do that?
we
When do we wanna do the next full committee meeting? Do we have to have it off by the first, or how does that go? What is the logistics of getting it to Concord? How does that work? I'm sure we just email it, but who do
I
we
think
call?
maybe you and Carol should get together.
Call Kelly? What's that?
Call Misty and ask, her advice how that happens, because I have no idea.
Okay.
She'll,
Not an email to her email. Well, or just a second, okay,
or just email Misty and ask her.
I'll email Misty and ask her.
She'll, she's a wealth of information.
Oh, no, it's not working, this is open, before he did whatever he did, great.
Give him a thumbs up.
Yeah, you won't have to attention, it's recording though. So when do we wanna have the next full committee meeting? That would be everybody.
Well, just for people to know, I'm gonna be gone from the 15th, it's the 15th to the 21st. But of this month,
15th to 21st.
And
I'm in
I'm going Wednesday for 10 days,
Um,
back on the 18th.
I mean, I would be, if it was in the evening, I would be able to zoom in, but if we had that availability.
yeah,
So we're at a conference, so it's not like, except that, you know, I'm going out to dinner with folks and stuff, you know.
when, Kevin, you said your next school board meeting is the 14th?
The 14th.
Yeah, because Columbus Day is, or Indigenous People Day is the 13th.
So do you want to just do it the 15th? Or do you want to
There's
do
a budget committee meeting
Yeah,
that
I
night.
can't, if there's another school board committee.
it soccer?
Yeah,
With the 20th,
I was thinking the 20th,
the 20th work.
That's fine.
Monday the 20th, and
Yeah.
then maybe Sarah can call in. Zoom in.
Chaz, when do you said you come back the 18th?
I'm back on the 18th.
No, so that would work for,
Yeah, so I'm out of it a little bit before then. Back after that.
yeah, so if we do the 20th, that should be fine. And there's no school board?
No.
20th, so let's just say the 20th at 5:30.
And it seems like we should be able to do both the same night, would you agree?
Do both what?
Reports.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look over both of them, and if you're a nay, maybe you don't stay, or you come
So do you,
partway through the meeting, so the yays consider Langdon's report and any revisions that we might want to be had for it.
yeah,
And then consider Walpole after, or whichever, and then
I'm fine doing
the
that.
one that, you know.
I just
that
wanted to give
switches.
people an opportunity to meet. Have dedicated time to go through it.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine, would prefer that,
I
but you
prefer-
mentioned,
Yeah.
but I just wanna make sure everybody has an opportunity, that's all.
It's more,
Only thing, I think the no's should be present too, because they can say what they don't like about the report, maybe
Yeah,
there's.
oh, no, we're not
things
taking
that-
them out, I don't
No, I'm
think,
just
yeah,
saying, maybe there's something in the report that they have different information on.
Well, they're part of the committee, so I think, yes, yeah. Yeah, I understand, you're now back at the committee of the whole, so.
my only suggestion would be, or if the people that voted in the minority would like to create a minority report, they should contact each other to get together before the 20th to come up with a minority report.
that's all gotta get posted too, right? That's probably all gotta get posted. If you meet.
The
So
meeting,
just keep
Yes.
that in mind, that's all.
Yeah.
the 20th, and if the nays meet to
Well,
decide about a report,
There's two,
make sure you let
there was
Misty
2 in
know.
one group and 3 in the other.
Right.
That's an that's that, I don't know any laws, is that me?
it's not a quorum.
It's not a form of this committee, but I don't know, I don't know.
The last time,
I can't
when
imagine
we
it.
did it, when they were putting together when Billy was putting together the minority report the last time. He wrote up the minority report and then he shared it with others of us that were interested in the minority report, and we really did it very informally.
Yeah,
We didn't have an official meeting, and then we brought it to the meeting and said, this is the minority report, so everybody knew what the minority report was. That meeting was posted and we all. But when we were putting together the minority report, there was not posted meetings for that.
That's fine, I'm fine at it, whatever. People want to. So, yeah,
And for that day, we do need like, signature pages to be signed for both reports.
okay,
So there should be a column of those who voted to recommend, those who voted not to recommend. There's the name of the person, and we get Sarah's signature when she gets back.
Yeah.
But those has to go.
Okay, so I'll be back.
Give you
I'll be back
something
next
to say.
day.
I'll print one, you can just sign it.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
can put it wherever.
No problem. I'll just send you my electronic signature, instead of stick it anywhere.
Sample of, what Charles.
The chart sounds, yeah. So the 20th at 5:30, we'll look at those reports. Minority reports. Yeah. I gotta put that down, October 20th.
Oh, yeah.
5:30.
Just inform Misty so that she can add it.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Misty an email as soon as we get done here, and then I'm also gonna ask her how to do this. Question mark, okay. Anything else?
Almost.
Any, Kelly?
Someday, my next meeting.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.